$13.99, you can buy this, the Lectric XPeak 2.0. This bike is sort of a budget-friendly, off-road style fat tire e-bike that I think is going to tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people. You get a lot of features for the price with this bike, as well as some significant improvements over last year's model. First thing you'll notice is that this is quite a big bike when you're standing next to it. The version I have right here is the high step version. Now this is intended for riders between 5'4" to 6'5". One of the most common questions I get with these bikes is it the right size for me? And I would say yeah, this is a general fit for mostly everybody. Now if this is still too big for you, you can get a step-through version so you don't have to do the whole leg swing over it, especially with this little rack right here, which I like to call the kneecap destroyer. You get 26x4" fat tires on this thing. If you haven't ridden fat tire e-bikes before, they are a little bit awkward, but the benefit to owning a fat tire e-bike is that they are quite absorbent and comfortable to ride on off-road trails, which is what I'm about to be doing. Speaking of comfort and off-roading, they've upgraded this to a RST Renegade fork. Now, from what I understand, this is a fairly decent fork, and it's interesting that they included this on such a budget bike, but I don't know, it's a nice little feature they have there. This version I have right here is the 48 volt 15 amp hour battery, which gives you a claimed range of around 60 miles, and if that is simply not enough for you, you can get the 20 amp hour version, which gives you a claimed 80 miles. Obviously, those are website numbers. Realistically, they're going to be a lot different, and I'm going to give you guys my Strava mileage at the end of this video. Some other features include a new torque sensor instead of the old cadence sensor, 5-pedal assist modes as well as a thumb throttle, headlight and tail light, good quality hydraulic disc brakes, and a smooth and reliable 8-speed Shimano Alta shifter. In this video, I'm going to stress test the XPeak by taking it up and down a couple of trails to see how it handles the riding that it's best intended for. But first, let's start with top speed. Right there, so we're going to start on pedal assist 5. Everything's up. Super simple control module. Got the draggy on. All right, just going to do the throttle. Here we go. Peeling off the line. I'd say that feels about the same as most of the other bikes. There we are, 20 mile an hour. That's the top speed limit. Now, where it's going to get interesting is we're going to do it again, but with pedaling. Now, I was able to adjust a mode in the settings to where I can now unlock a top speed of 28 mile an hour while pedaling. All right, here we go. Pedal. There it is. A little bit of a delay. Going up through the gears. Much quicker, much quicker. There we go. Well past the top speed. 20 more to go. And that's about as fast as we're going. 27. What if I really force it? Come on. 28. All right, so we've got 20 on the dash. I'm not sure what the draggy said. I'm going to put it in pedal assist 3 and just go off the throttle. That way you guys have a good understanding of just how powerful this motor is without assistance from myself. Another very powerful thing. All right, moving along. Pedal assist 3 is bumped up to 5. See if we can get 20 mile an hour uphill. So I'm going to take you guys up 2 trails. I've got one that goes directly through this canyon, and then another one which is going to be a bit easy for this bike to handle and will be a fairly decent introduction to how the pedal assist works, how well it handles off-road trails going uphill, which would be this one. Look at that, you gotta love nature out here, man. It's so nice to see the locals taking care of such a pleasant place. All right, so here we go. There are a lot of jumps here as well. probably not gonna be doing it on this one. There are the bushes. Oh, all right, let's get to pedaling. Come on, something lazy. Oh. Now you'll not be able to see just how incredibly steep this hill is because it is not at all. Again, this is an easy trail and a nice introduction to how this thing is going to handle. I gotta say, I'm not super familiar with fat tire. Ow, god damn it. Excuse my language there for you godful people. I just hit my foot in a rock. I'm all good. I'm all good. I just severed my toe off. It's all right, man. I live in America, man. I can't afford to get injured. Just ignore them. That's what Vicodin's for. As I was trying to say, I'm not super familiar with fat tire e-bikes, but riding this thing on the trail so far feels pretty good. Still gotta learn how much I'm gonna trust that front going into some of these turns. You never know. After all, it's not a very knobby front tire. This is designed for more casual trail riding. And yeah, so far so good, feeling good. As I mentioned, this thing now has a torque sensor as opposed to the cadence sensor. But it doesn't feel like a true torque sensor. It kind of feels a mix between a cadence and a torque sensor. Like if you're lightly pedaling, it'll still give you power like it's giving me now. But if you really put your legs into it, it gives you more power. Does that make sense? The way to kind of think of it is, yeah, a mix between a cadence and a torque sensor. So far, so good. I'm making it up the hill with little effort. I am in pedal assist 5. Let's drop it down to 1. See how we do. Okay, yep, that is. Oh, God. All right. Basically feel like nothing at all. This is what I would use if I felt like I needed punishment. but I don't. I've been a good boy lately. Let's go to pedal assist 3. All right, that's a bit better. This does weigh 70 pounds, so it's not a bike you want to run out of battery with. But even in pedal assist 3, I don't have to stand up and get my glutes into it or anything. As you can see, some friendly jumps at the XPeak are definitely not going to be able to hit. It weighs 75 pounds, man. I'm not hitting any big jumps with this thing. All right, heading back down now. Oh, what a beautiful day to be unemployed. What I do like about riding e-bikes with throttles is that you don't have to pedal to gain momentum back. Just kind of hit it and you're back at it again. Feels good. Yeah, man, you can definitely have fun with this bike. Obviously, it's not designed for experienced riders. This is for casual, beginner riders, or you just don't plan on doing anything too aggressive. You can definitely have fun and take a couple risks on this thing. Is that a dog? I'm getting away from you, dog. I don't know what your problem is, and you look big and scary. Oh no, it's coming after me. It's chasing after me. Ah, no. Come on, pedal assist 5. Let's roll. Just catching up. All right, I'm out here. Why does this always happen to me? Obviously, that dog is domesticated. It's probably not going to try to maul my face off, but I do have a phobia of dogs. I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's take the XPeak up an actual difficult hill to climb. I don't think it's going to do well on this, but it is absolutely going to be a good stress test to see if this motor really can hold up. All right, ready? Pedal assist 5, full throttle, up we go, come on. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we're getting there. Pedal assist 5. Actually doing really good. This is certainly not an easy hill for any bike to climb up. But we're getting up. That's actually impressive. All right, go up the gears. Keep it moving. The GoPro effect is definitely not doing me any justice. I think we reached this limit. Ah, that's it. That's it. Up next, I'm gonna be hitting that jump. Just kidding. I don't have a death wish anymore. All right, let's keep it going. We found its limit, but so far, that wasn't too bad. This is absolutely a stress test, by the way. I doubt most people will be taking these up trails like this, but I gotta show you guys what this thing can do. All right, yeah, really reaching its limits. Reaching my limits too, I'm pedaling as hard as I can. You know, if you don't mind hopping off and helping it out for a sec, you can actually go to a lot of places with this thing. All right, I'd say that's good enough. All right, there we go. Not too bad for a $1,300 e-bike. That's pretty good. Those hills will be difficult for any e-bike. So, not bad, Lectric, not bad. Oh, look at that view. Man, what a stunning way to spend the day. A lot of people leave California because it's getting too expensive and all that, and I agree. It's definitely not a spot to be. You don't have any money, but I don't know, man. Days like this, stunning views like that, makes me grateful I am here. That is such a sketchy jump. Oh, that is sketchy. Where does it even go? I guess you're supposed to land down there in the hill, whatever. Brakes, getting brake fade. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Yeah, man. So one thing we have proven with the Lectric XPeak 2.0 is that you can have fun with it. You can ride some mountain bike trails, you can ride some more casual trails, obviously, and it goes uphill pretty good. After my test ride, I did run the XPeak all the way down to it was completely flat and got a complete range mileage of about 20 miles or so. Now I know that doesn't sound like an awful lot, but keep in mind I was riding the bike up some pretty exhaustive trails and was mainly riding on the throttle as well as pedal assist 5. I'd say if you go easy on this thing, keep around pedal assist 3 and mainly pedaling, you could probably get around 30 miles or so. Okay, let's talk some pros and cons with the XPeak 2.0. First pro with this bike is that price, man. $13.99 is pretty good, although I would recommend upgrading to the bigger battery, which is going to cost you a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with more range. I've got no problem paying more money for more range. Not that the range was particularly an issue with this bike at all, even with the 15 amp hour battery, but you might as well just get that upgrade. I would just say go for it. Other things like the hydraulic brakes and capable motor make it an easy bike to cruise around on and a fun bike to do some light trails with. Now, one thing about this bike I did notice during my testing is that when I got it all the way down to basically flat, the pedal assist was still giving me enough power to get up most hills, and this is down to like 5-10% battery, to the point where the throttle stopped working basically entirely. On the downside, because of its 75-pound weight and fat tires, it's not ideal for more technical riding, which I doubt anyone with a bike like this would be doing anyway, but I went and did it anyway, and as you can tell by the footage, it wasn't very good at it. It's also a very tall bike. Depending on who you are, this might not matter so much, but I would say if you're any shorter than 5'6", you'd be on your tippy toes even with the seat all the way down. Now, one thing about this bike that I did notice was the charging time. My God, it took forever to charge this thing up. Like I mentioned, I ran this thing basically all the way down to flat, and then charging it up to test it for the next day took about 8 hours or so. It took forever. Now, Lectric does know about this problem, and they do offer a more powerful charger, which I would just pick up along with the longer range battery, because it just saves you so much time and so much waiting around to make this thing rideable again. Make sure you subscribe for some more fun and deeply interesting electric bike reviews. See you all next time.